for a roll call vote, please?
David Costa,
Yes.
Stephanie Hausch.
Here.
Brian Noonan.
Here.
Steve Sebastian. George Shattuck.
Here.
Gwen Violet.
Here.
Michelle Shaw.
Here.
Quorum present.
Okay, Pledge of Allegiance. We'll have our Boy Scout troop do our Pledge of Allegiance. We'll wait for them to tell us to stand up. Okay, ready?
Thanks for coming in. Oh, you guys gotta wait for us to say. Ready? All right. Are we God ready? You guys say?
Lord God ready?
Lord God.
Lord God in heaven.
Please put the Say it. Please put the cup.
Please put the cup.
Please join me in the choice of
Please
Okay.
go
And the audience, please rise.
to the audience, please rise.
Okay, I pledge allegiance
Please join me in the pledge of allegiance.
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. How I got? Nope. Keep it up here. That stays for the meeting. There you go. All right.
Thank you to the Scout troop. There is.
Thank you.
Public participation. Members of the audience are encouraged to make comments and ask questions of the board consistent with board policy 2:230. Please identify yourself and limit your presentation to 3 minutes. I'm looking at the sign-in sheet and no one has signed in for speaking.
So we do have public visitors tonight, so I will ask Mrs. Modal to introduce to start. George.
George,
Okay.
happy to do that.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, we're very, very happy to have everyone here tonight. It's so much fun having this many people at our board meeting. Thank you for being here, and we're really here to celebrate young writers. And we're so proud of the young writers that have been invited here tonight. And I will introduce our sponsors of the Young Authors Club so that they can share some good news with you. Please welcome Mrs. Heather Wilkie and Mr. Brian Buckley.
Right, well, thank you again for coming out. We are very honored to be here for this special evening. This year was a huge celebration as far as young authors go. We had 81 submissions, which is huge. We had 10 wonderful judges spend a lot of their time going over and pouring over all of the entries. We had students enter sagas for the first year where we had 50+ page entries. And we had 7 amazing grade level winners that we are so very excited to introduce and get into tonight. We will introduce a little bit about their story, their title, and their name. And we're gonna start with our 2nd grade winner.
This one is called The Portal, where a mysterious portal opens up at a daycare and changes kids to adults. And here's an excerpt. Once upon a time, there were 4 kids in a daycare. They were named Bob, Jimmy, Timmy, and Kimmy. Bob was very bad, the rest were good. The bad kid, Bob, loved breaking stuff. One day, he discovered a magic antique clock in the daycare. Jimmy saw it too, and he told Bob not to break it, but Bob couldn't resist. So the author of this is 2nd grader Sutton Giuliano.
Sorry, daycare portal. All right, our next winner was from 3rd grade. It is a title called Time for Monkey Business. It's a fictional story about two very mischievous monkeys. Here's the excerpt. The next day, zookeepers came to Fiddlesworth and Ronnie's forest. They found them and put them in cages. Fiddlesworth started freaking out and screaming, "What is happening to me?" "Be quiet," Ronnie whispered to him. "I don't know what's happening either, so be quiet." Next, they put them in a big truck. "What do we do?" Ronnie whispered. "Don't worry, I've got a plan," said Fiddlesworth. So that's where we'll leave you hanging. That winner is Charlotte Buchanan.
All right.
Okay, fourth grade. This one's called Listening to the World, and it's an allegory about the importance of taking care of our planet. You're in your spaceship, ready to take off. Houston is counting down. You're ready to go until you're not. You jump off the spaceship, and before you know it, you're in outer space. At the same time, Earth speaks to you. The author of this is fourth grader Sydney Hausch.
All right, next we have our fifth grade winner. The title is My Magical Beast. It's a fantasy tale about a witch choosing her celestial partner. Once upon a magical timeline, long ago, a very powerful group of witches, wizards, and elves, or a group known as the Board of Magic, combined all of their force and magic together to make what is currently called the Celestial Pet Realm. Congratulations, Sienna Bryan.
Okay, next, sixth grade. This one is a dystopian novella, which is a little novel set in Japan in the year 2001 called The Day He Disappeared, Part 1. There's an excerpt at the beginning that goes, "Black, emptiness, a void. That's all I saw. I was completely engulfed in dark shadow, and the world around me was obscured. What is this? What was this? Perhaps it was some sort of joke, but whatever they were trying to do, it wasn't funny. Unless," and this was written by sixth grader Mary Phillips.
This brings us to our seventh grade winner. The title is Poor Unfortunate Souls. This was a new dark twist on a classic story of The Little Mermaid. The ship's sails were down, the anchor was up, and the ship was about to set sail. The ocean was dark and the sky was dimmed. Today was Prince Eric's 17th, and for his birthday, he was going to have a birthday on the water. The kingdom where he lives was already celebrating with balloons, lanterns, and flowers. Prince Eric is getting ready in his wear to get ready and set sail with his pet dog Max, which he has had until he was 13. Keegan Noverio.
Good job.
Okay, our last winner is from 8th grade, and this is a story called Feather, which is a fictional story about a family of raptors. I awaken to the sounds of a distant herd squawking in the distance. I open my eyes and see the rest of my family still resting in the grove of ginkgos, with my sister's tails wrapped around her heavenly pregnant belly. She's due to lay her egg any day, and her belly looks like it's going to, and then it stops there. So the author of this story, Feather, is 8th grader Daniela Stein.
Again, thank everybody for coming out. There were moments when if you didn't know it, you would not know that a child wrote these stories or a teenager. Very impressive work. For right now, what we'd like to do is call all of our grade level winners together so we can take a picture. So if you could come up one more time and pose all together.
You're not reading.
Congratulations again to everybody. We are going to continue with our regular board meeting. If you'd like to stay, we welcome you to stay. If not, we'll take a little pause and let you grab a cookie and go home and enjoy the rest of your evening. So, it's up to you. I mean, it can be fun here too.
I forgot to give the kids the stories back, but we can do
Good
that
job,
tomorrow.
guys.
Thanks. Have a good evening.
By the way, the answer was emphatic.
Oh, wow. He did not like that. Okay, so now we're gonna continue with the rest of our board meeting. We're going to go to administrative reports, and I'm gonna give it to Dr. Butte to, if anybody.
Mrs. Shaw, their board reports are obviously in your packet and posted on our site. Any questions from the board on the admin report, tech report, or my report?
No, I will just say I went to the student family basketball game and that was a lot of fun to watch. I think it looks like the kids really enjoyed that, and so I think that's great. Nicole, you okay back there? Want to make sure you're
Recovered, I'm recovered.
that
Thank you.
shot
She's
of
still
yours is-
limping,
Watch out,
actually.
pretty lethal, pretty lethal. But no, it was fun. And like I said, it looked like the kids were having a good time, and I'm glad you guys. I know you do that in the fall too with volleyball, and so it's fun. And Scott was there too, so that's fun.
Took a couple days to recover.
I'm sure.
Is everything okay with our food service? Like, we're renewing, have we any issues with them, or we're all good with them?
We're fine with the service they provided to us. This would be the month that we would be looking at a new contract if we're going to do a new contract. So that's why I put the information about a renewal. The law does allow us to do 2 more renewals. We are expecting another renewal from Organic Life. They indicated that yes, they want to renew with us, but we've not yet seen the paperwork. As soon as we have that, we'll bring it to you for authorization and approval.
And then my other question was the 2023 financial profile designation.
Correct.
When does that come out?
It's out now.
Oh, so what? Oh, we got.
The highest recognition
Oh,
still.
continue to
Yes.
keep our highest. Okay, that's fine.
Now, it's not a 4.0 as we've had for the last 4 or 5 years. That's due to the bonds. That's the long-term debt counts against your score. So I said that 4.0, we're at 3.8. It's the same thing, still
In the same.
in the same category. 19, I say 19 years in a row now, I believe.
Anybody else have any questions?
I'm gonna, some of the want to add
Oh,
that didn't
sure.
make the report. Last month, Stuart was here and talked to the board about some, the summertime phase that we're into now. We've had some of those bills that come through. Items been purchased in advance of that work. We are expecting the exterior brickwork to be actually begin over spring break. That is the expectation, especially the stuff on the second story above the building. We're gonna protect our rubber roof and try to get some of that work done on the gym over the break, if at all possible, weather permitting, of course. I mentioned in a previous meeting the issue that we have with the transportation trailer and the storage trailer here. Had multiple communication with the ROE. We did not pass inspection. They are 30 years old. We do not have authorization to use them for next school year yet. I'm not expecting to get that authorization unless you're willing to put some money into making the necessary repairs. I know we talked about this here. It's not, but there will be some expenditures that we will have to undertake. So we have several $1,000s worth of equipment stored in these trailers. All of the district office, we're required to keep board docs for 60 years. So like old board packets, executive session minutes, the hard copies, they're on the trailer out here as well. We have to keep those things. We have to find the location for them. So we've been looking at storage units off-site that we could rent, lease for a while. We've talked about the possibility of, if we're going to build again, that would have some extra spaces in it for that storage. That's still a year away. I don't have any numbers for you yet on what that estimated cost is going to be. It's not on the agenda tonight. We just know that we are actively pursuing locations for our items this year. What it also means is that transportation will be out of home this summer because they use one of those trailers as well. We are struggling to find a location for them in the building, to have their office, to have access to a telephone, to be able to check in drivers, check out drivers. We don't have any teaching spaces that we can give them or any office spaces. So I'm going to say the words, we may need to look at another mobile office trailer temporarily until we can do something.
So why not just rent one for the year then?
That's where we are. That's what we're looking at. We might have to rent one. If we end up, if the price tag to build is out of reach for us, we may need to have that leased for something longer. So I do have some quotes out. I'm waiting for responses back on what those costs might look like. Don't have it tonight for you, but we'll have it hopefully very soon.
You said the space was needed for transportation over the summer.
Over the year.
Starting this summer sometime. So we have transportation all summer long.
Okay.
We have summer school. We have students with IEPs that go out of district year round. So summer band starts in August. We have transportation going on then. So yeah, it's generally year round.
How many transportation offices are out there?
There's two full-time-ish people that are there, but all the drivers there have space out there to check mail, punch in, punch out. We have storage items out there. There's no restroom, which is a sore point for many of the folks that work out there.
You could get a single wide trailer with a restroom, but it's somewhere on the lot out there, at least for a year, then you could just
Correct.
get rid of it. And we don't have to buy it.
Right. I understand that. I'm saying that, but if we don't end up doing another addition, then we're leasing it continually, or we're going to buy it outright to keep that going. So that's where we are with it right now. So that's you may see that come up next month.
When we got rid of the trailers out front, we donated them. We still had to spend some money getting them even to a point where they could tow them out of here.
Yeah.
But it was pretty inexpensive.
We'll have some expense to disconnect power, things of that nature that are there. We're going to try to sell. There might be a construction company out there, or perhaps FEMA might have need for a trailer. They might want to rehab it that we don't want to rehab it.
They went to William Scott's, but we gave them to them because they were pretty bad. They still charged us, I remember, to fix them, to haul them out of here. So they didn't fall apart when they pulled out the 176. It was cheaper than, other than demolition. I remember demolition was like $30,000. We just called someone and gave them away.
And that's what they're charging.
I mean, even if we wanted to use it, we would give like to none to fire for practice, it's still gonna have expense to us to then get rid of
To get rid of it.
what's left over, so. We're gonna try to get rid of it at the bare minimum cost.
How much space do we need for the record storage?
That's what I was just gonna ask.
We have there, Joni, is that, what size is that out there? Probably, 12 by 20 room. It's packed.
I don't know if we're looking at
Well, that's what I was
having to
gonna say, can we
get
get
a single
something that
one,
would
is there
be-
enough room that would serve dual purpose?
Yeah. that's
Yeah,
what-
you can, they come in a variety of sizes. It's just what's available.
Yeah,
at
the
this point in
cost
time,
difference
and
and stuff.
how soon we could get it here.
But you could spend $5,000 to get a single wide trailer with a working restroom. You gotta service it, obviously.
Yeah.
Then you're, what, $1,500 a month for a year. I mean, that's what we figure out that we're gonna do.
That's what we had with ICI did the construction last year. Their trailer was about $900 a month. It wasn't a large one, but they didn't have, it was just power only, the restrooms in the building. But it was in a pretty rough shape. But it worked. I mean, that's what we need, something that will work temporarily until we have a different plan.
You can get a nice.
Yeah, we can get these things.
I mean, you might as well
three
have a
companies.
nice space.
Mod Space, Will Scott, a couple others that I've reached out to that will get quotes back in the next couple days.
So when will phase one finance stuff be finished?
Over spring break, they'll be doing the final punch list items over the spring break. And then we should have final bills for phase one. We've been holding those until those final punch list items got to be finished.
I did remember, I had another question. If they're starting to do brickwork over spring break, weather dependent, if it runs long when students are coming back to school, do we have any concerns with where the work is gonna be done of safety from students walking on the sidewalk outside the building?
But we're only gonna allow them to do it over break, only when kids are.
Okay, so we have a hard start, hard stop.
Hard start, hard stop.
Okay.
Anything that doesn't get done, they'll have to wait till June,
Which is now after June.
which is now after June second.
As I said, is that right now?
Anything else? Moving on to new business, may I have a motion to approve the consent agenda, which includes regular and executive session minutes from February 14th, 2023, bills payable and treasurer's report. Discussion, motion.
So moved.
Second. Discussion. Roll call vote, please.
Stephanie Hausch,
Yes.
Ryan Noonan, Steve Sebastian,
Yes.
Josie Shattuck,
Yeah.
Gwen Violet,
Yes.
David Costa,
Yes.
Kashali Shaw,
Yes.
motion carried.
Okay, may I have a motion to approve the school board policies online service agreement?
So moved.
Discussion? What is this? Do you use the press service?
We do use the press service now. This is the, this allow, right now, we house all of our own board policies, so we take it, someone to my right, makes all the edits, send it in, we get it back, and there's a lot of paperwork back and forth. Having their service, they'll store it all on their site and give us the link, and it's searchable and accessible, more accessible than we have now. We don't have to host it on ours and make all the touch points on it all the time. They'll do it for us.
So this is new.
It's an addition, yes.
Okay, it's like an added service.
Correct.
Any other questions? Roll call vote, please.
Ryan Noonan,
Yes.
Steve Sebastian, Josie Shattuck,
Yes.
Gwen Violet,
Yes.
David Costa,
Yes.
Stephanie Hausch,
Yes.
Kashali Shaw,
Yes.
motion carried.
May I have a motion to approve the first reading of a new job description?
Second.
Discussion? Questions? Okay, seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Motion carries. May I have a motion to approve the elementary principal, junior high principal, student services director, technology director, elementary assistant principal, employment agreements?
So moved. Second.
Discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Josie Shattuck,
Yes.
Gwen Violet,
Yes.
David Costa,
Yes.
Stephanie Hausch,
Yes.
Ryan Noonan,
Yes.
Steve Sebastian,
Yes.
Kashali Shaw,
Yes.
motion carried.
May I have a motion to approve non-union salary adjustments for 2023-2024?
Second.
Discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote please.
Gwen Bialek,
Yes.
David Costa,
Yes.
Stephanie Hausch,
Yes.
Ryan Noonan,
Yes.
Steve Sebastian,
Yes.
Josie Shattuck,
Yes.
Kashali Shaw,
Yes.
motion carried.
May I have a motion to adjourn at 7:25 PM? Discussion? All in favor say aye.